Roar! Welcome to Carnivore Colin. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so welcome. We have made it to month two. Yes. So we've made it 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months on this wall, and or otherwise known as the Carnivore Diet. So, we are going to do a lot of explaining today. We're going to talk about any difficulties and cravings. We'll talk about my symptoms. We'll talk about weighing in, and we're going to talk about my plan until over the next month, until the 3rd of March. So, I hope you enjoy. Anyway, yeah. If you have been watching my food journals, I do some shorts every single day. Go check them out. You'll see the food that I have been eating, but I will give a little breakdown of what I've been eating, just a very quick one in a moment. But first up, yeah, get down, subscribe, like, press the alarm button to know when I actually release a video, so I know people are interested. Because I'm only doing this journey not just for me, I'm doing it for you guys as well. I was doing it just for me, but I've had a few people come on and say they're enjoying it, so I'm going to keep going. Especially daily as well, and I'll give one of these every month, and I might start adding more videos that might help people. That's been helping me, things that have helped me out. So, but for now, we're going to go through a list of bullet points that I've written down on my computer. So if you see me looking away, that's me looking at my computer to see what I'm supposed to be talking about next. But first, we're going to talk about weighing in. Now, weighing in, I've not done that since November when I nipped home. So originally, I started the strict carnivore in I think it was the 18th of November. And then I went home for a couple of days at the end of November and came back on the 2nd of December because I'm in France right now. And I went home to Scotland. And I mentioned that in another video. But when I went home, I weighed myself in at 279 pounds. I think it was a bit more sometimes, but I did it a few times during that 4 days I was home. So basically, I haven't weighed myself in at all. I will weigh myself when I go home on the 8th of March, and it's actually good because it's not been putting me off at all. I think weighing myself all the time kind of puts me off a little bit. So I'm going to do that on the 8th of March, and I'm going to update, and I might do it as a short because I'll have done my third video, bigger video like this by then. So we will see how that works. I'll be able to use my own scales as well. Now, I also what I do is I do measure myself. Now, when I first started this, I was 48 inches on my chest and my stomach. I'm gonna weigh myself right now with this very interesting little measurement thing here. So to do that, I'm gonna have to take my top off. Avert your eyes. Now turn away if there's kids in and got to take my top off. So I mean you don't have to, I just don't want to damage them for life. My kids are always like they're like but we won't go into that. Um in a non-weird way. But right. So well, first off, before I measure myself, I'm gonna show you how I look right now. Uh I'm going to go behind this because it's the tight space I'm in, to be fair. That's my belly right now. There's my no, it's my belly from the side. Hopefully you can see this. And we are going to, I'll stay here and measure myself from here. So, as I said, the top was inches. The top was 48, was my chest. My chest is currently, the last time, my chest, 47. I've lost an inch in my chest. And so that's quite exciting. And ooh, this was 48 as well. This is now standing at just under, actually, it's almost 45 and a half. It's almost 45 and a half. That's good. I'm quite chuffed for that. I would like to get it down to 34 at least. So, yeah, we're let's just, anyway, we won't go on. That's like kind of Goonies territory. Um, I'm getting stuck on everything. This is so tight in here. Right. Sorry, I've kicked the camera and everything. Now, um, I'm going to do that measurement I was going to do it on shorts once a week, but I don't think I will. I think I'll maybe just save that for these videos. And I'm not going to measure myself officially. Uh, I'm not going to do that until I'm doing these videos because I think that'll make more sense. And it's a nice surprise on camera and you get a live reaction. So I might do that. I'm quite chuffed by that. So I'm very chuffed by that actually. So yeah, we'll get that. So uh, okay, so what am I moving on to? Food. Right. So what have I been eating? Well, I'm going to post a few pictures right now. So I've been eating steak. I've been eating some bacon, and eggs. I've had quite a lot of boiled eggs. I've started having fried eggs. Didn't realize how much I was missing fried eggs. And the only reason I wasn't having fried eggs is because I've got like this egg maker thing that I bought, and it cooks them in there like a fried egg, but it's actually just poached eggs. Well, I guess. Yeah, it's just poached eggs, and it does hard boiled. I didn't really want to use the oven because I was being lazy, not the oven, the hob. So I was being lazy, but then the other day I decided I'm going to start using it, and I need to use the bacon fat and meat fat that I use in my air fryer to put on the pan. So and that tasted amazing. I didn't realize how amazing that would taste, but it was amazing. So yeah, so that's what I've been eating basically. Oh, and I have butter, a bit of butter actually. I kind of use it as a sauce or kind of something just to accompany the food because I don't like too dry food. So I'm like a dog, I guess. Anyway, um, I just have a lot of butter with things. Not a ton of butter, but enough to kind of satisfy me. And it also stops me from being hungry sometimes. Like if I'm in bed and I stop eating like at a certain time, which I'll talk about in a second, I can just literally just go, I'll have a bit of butter and it just satisfies me. I don't know why, but it does. Uh, so and what else have I been eating? Anything? Oh, and also water. So all I've had is water uh since I guess the 3rd of December. Until the other night, I still had water, but I had sparkling water. And I had the nice kind, the Pellegrino, the San Pellegrino, whatever it's called, the green bottle. So I had that and it was nice. And I actually went to a bar and had that. But everybody else is like drinking beer and everything. So I would normally have like a cider or a beer or wine or something. But no, I just had that. So they looked at me weird and I wasn't even driving, so that was funny. Anyway, they all hate me. No. But yeah, so that was that. But if you want to check out at any point any of my food history or my food, I think of the word exploits, not exploits. It's not the right word. Um, my food fun, we'll call it food fun. Food fun. Um, we'll well, you can check out my shorts. I'm doing them every single day. As I think I mentioned here before. Did I? I don't know. But I am doing them every single day, and I haven't missed a day yet. If I do miss a day, I will be back the next day, but I don't think I'll miss a day. I'll even do one today after this video. I might have to post it tomorrow, but we'll see. But we will do one. Right, so let's crack on a bit because I am waffling. Ooh, waffles. No, no waffle. Although I have seen a nice recipe for carnivore waffles that I was considering using. If I do, I'll tell you, but it won't be till after the 3rd of March because I'm keeping very strict, as I said. Uh, so come on to this next section of any difficulties or cravings that I've been having over the last month since we last spoke. Yes. So my biggest thing is I stopped cheese, mayonnaise, and coffee all on the same day, I believe. Yeah, I definitely stopped coffee the 18th of November. Mayonnaise and cheese. No, I think the mayonnaise cheese was the third. So I'll backtrack that. The 3rd of December was when I stopped cheese and mayonnaise. Two things that I love. Especially I'm addicted to mayonnaise. I've always been addicted to mayonnaise. Ask any of my friends. I'm the mayonnaise man. I'm the mayonnaise man. Anyway, so I would like to make my own mayonnaise after this 3 months is up. I will introduce that back in, as well as cheese. Cheese, however, I was taking chunks of it and eating it just really badly, put mayonnaise in it. kind of like a cracker and cheese, but without the cracker, so just cheesy mayo and yeah. Anyway, so I will be introducing those back in, but I don't want to have it as lumps. And the cheese I will probably just have with food, so like on a little bit on top of a burger. But I mean a little bit. Uh, but we'll see. I don't know because I am enjoying burgers without it. And but if I make a casserole or something I like that, I will introduce cheese back in because I am missing it. And you can't have it as long as it's not too much, I guess, on the carnivore. Just a little bit. But we'll see how that works. I'll try it to start with, introduce it back in. If it makes a massive difference, if I've stopped losing weight, then I will remove it again. Same with the meal. So we'll see what happens, but I will try it. Now, the big thing is coffee. Now, there's a lot of people who in this community are saying, don't give up coffee. Others are like, give it up. Um, they're all shouting, so, "Don't drink it, so I I did give it up, as I said, the 18th of November. And it was because I got that scare with the ribs. And I got pain under here, which I'll tell you about in a minute. If you didn't watch my last video. So I think I actually don't really miss coffee as a taste. I don't. It didn't bother me. I miss the social aspect of it. I miss having it in my hand. It's a bit like a smoker. If a smoker kind of like sociably they smoke or they have it in their hand. They don't know what to do with their hands when they stop smoking and they like to sit in bars or they used to or sit outside and just chat to people while they're having a fag and I mean a cigarette. Call it a fag in Scotland, which also means something else, but we won't talk about that now because that's inappropriate right this second. Whatever. The coffee, I think I need to get a replacement for it. I really need a replacement for it. Now, my thought process is soup and putting it into a coffee cup and just have soup, drinking it. But it won't be chunky soup. It would have to be liquefied soup. Now, my options is chicken, which I've tried making that a while ago and it came out really bad. But I maybe just need to perfect that. Uh, or just liquefy meat. That might be end up being really expensive, but I'll maybe see if anybody else is doing something like that. I don't. I have looked at bone broth. I tried making bone broth. I maybe used rubbish bones. I don't know how that works, but it was really liquidy and had no taste to it. So I might have to buy some. In France, I can't work out what it is, so I might have to get it ordered from Amazon or a company, or when I get back to UK, try and work out what it is. But where to get it. I mean and taste what it's supposed to taste like, and then I can maybe go from there. But I don't know. I think soup would be the way to go. So we'll see. But anyway, I have to have something to replace coffee. I will work it out. I was hoping I could have hot chocolate, but no, I can't. Got it. Chocolate. Or if anybody thinks that I can have chocolate, tell me if I can in the comments if you want to, because that would be good. I know you can have those little sachets, but it's still got a bit of carbohydrates. So yeah, but we can talk about it after 3 months. Is that? Um, let's see what else we've got going on here. So, oh yeah, so I was talking about I I found these food journals that I'm doing every day help with my cutoff time because I was finding before that I was eating too late. I was getting really bad pains in my stomach, like wind. Um, I couldn't lie down. I have to get up, move about. There's one day last month I had to go for a walk around the town because I'd eaten too late, I think, and I was just it was so painful. So that is probably a good thing that I'm doing the food journals. So what happens with that is I set a time that I want it done by and and published. I publish it, and once I've published it, then I can't eat after it. Now, if I get it done late, I try and make my cutoff time 8 p.m. So I don't want to be eating after that. Unless I'm out and I managed to get some sort of carnivore food or took some eggs or something with me, and I'm still moving to kind of burn it off, but I'm trying to make it 8 o'clock. And so that's basically that. Now, I've got quite a lot of symptoms. We're going to get into the symptoms section right now. Symptoms. First up is my I've got a CPAP machine. I didn't mention that last time. I completely forgot, and I got off the video and I went, "Oh, no, a CPAP machine." Anyway, I wear this. It's the mask I put on. Feels like COVID again. Anyway, I've got a lot of cover for that because it makes me red. But anyway, I wear the CPAP machine. I actually don't mind the CPAP machine. It's quite nice. I have a fan at night to get air, so I mean, hopefully it'll change and I'll be better with that. Um, I will get off it, but I don't mind it. But it's not good to have. I've got fatty lumps under my skin. I mentioned last time. I've got this big fatty lump. It's about that size, right on my stomach. And I've got them all on my body, smaller ones. The one that was on is on here. I've had it for years. It seems to be shrinking. But I've got one here, the big one. It doesn't seem to be moving at all. Got other ones that I'm not sure if they're shrinking or not. I'm not sure how that's going. I'm going to be honest. So I'm hoping that gets fixed, but we'll come back to that again later. Not today, another time, and we'll report on it whether it's going down or not. Stomach pain. I get a lot of well, one of the reasons that I really wanted to go strict and stop the coffee as well, because I wasn't sure what it is, was I got this pain under my ribs. Right, it was basically right across here, and it was so painful. I had it for 3 days. It was pulsating constantly for 3 days, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's my pancreas or something." And my dad passed away, which in October 2023, and he died of pancreas cancer and complications from the hospital. I won't go into that. Um, One reason I don't want to go to the hospital, and so I did think to myself, this is definitely what I've got. And then when I stopped the stuff, it disappeared. So all that food and coffee and everything stopped. So that's another reason I'm a bit scared to even try coffee. I'm going to be honest, just in case that comes, in case it's a coffee. But I'm definitely keeping up some food. And another thing is toilet stuff. Just moving on slightly. Uh, I don't really go to the toilet much. Um, since well, in the last month especially. Once I passed that initial first few weeks, took me 6 weeks, 6 weeks to get over the initial going to the toilet all the time. It did. I was uh cleaning out my booty. That was what it was for a while. I know. Images in your head. Yeah. So I yeah, so it took me 6 weeks to get through that, and I think my insides are healing. I because now I mean, it was 1 week last month. That makes sense. Yeah, 1 week last month that I didn't go for 5 days, and I wasn't constipated. I wasn't like bursting to go or anything. I just didn't need to go, and then now it's kind of settling into 3 days, and then I'll maybe have 2 days where I'll go, and then I'll have days, 2 days. Where it's kind of all over the place. Um, when I say all over the place, I don't mean it's all over the place. I mean the schedule of it. Um, um, I make myself laugh because I'm silly, silly. Uh, um, so that's the thing. But I have been getting wind. So I know people in gassy flatulence a lot. Now I think that's kind of calmed down the last couple of days, but I have been thinking that there's so much fat here built up, and I think I did have IBS as well. I never got it checked, but I think I had IBS. But I think the gases have been leaving my body because people in carnivore supposedly don't get a lot of flatulence, so they don't fart a lot. Um, my daughter says. So I I think a lot of the gases have been leaving my body, and it's really been great. And usually it's awkwardly like really nice. Um, so it is nice when it leaves and not awkwardly again. But whereas before it wouldn't be before I started this. So it's weird. So I think it is. I don't know. Andy tell me. Can anybody tell me what it is? I think it's my body healing. Yes, because I haven't felt it for the last few days. But anyway, now what else is wrong with me? So much wrong with me. Hmm. Oh, psoriasis. You've seen psoriasis all over my body, I think, before. Got a little bit on my nose right now. Um, my body. I don't know if you saw my body. I'm not gonna get my stuff off again. I've got it on my knees. So that is kind of I don't, it's not been doing much. I've not seen much. I mean, I guess it's not so red on my arms and on my legs. I guess on my back and everything still is. But I wonder if that's itching against anything. I've not seen a massive difference in psoriasis, which I'm surprised because I've seen a lot of stories where the psoriasis does start disappearing properly, but mine's has not shown any difference really. So I'll come back to that next month. No change in that much. And then I've got skin tags. Now these skin tags, this is gonna be awkward. Um, I'm gonna take this off again so I can get it. Right, so got a big skin tag there, so you can see it. It's pretty much on my underarm. And now so I've got a big one there, skin tag. So I think, well, I thought I thought it was going to come off like last month. I thought it really was, um, but it was just feeling weird. So I'm hoping that comes off eventually. That's obviously a sign of insulin resistance a lot, but so is my stomach, I guess. So we'll come back to that. Checking on that later. We'll maybe not have to explain this all this stuff every single time. I'll just maybe just do a check. Um, then one more thing is my aches and pains. So I get quite a lot of aches and pains. I used to in my knees specifically and my hands, um, my neck as well. Oh, crap, my neck. Um, but last specifically my hands. I don't know if I told them. I don't know if this was after my first video or before. But anyway, I'll tell you about it now. I had some really bad pain in my hands. Felt like nerve endings were going to explode out the end of my tips of my fingers. It was so painful. And it lasted an entire day, right, from midday till about, well, till the next morning, basically. Into the next day, actually. And it was so painful. It was just all the way up my hands, burning sensation. But I've not had that. So that's a good thing. I have had dead arms. But that's usually when lying down on my back. I'm not sure if that's normal or not. If you lie on your back, you get dead arms and legs sometimes. But um, yeah, so but it's not as bad as it was. It's getting better. I probably lie a bit further down now, I guess, and not get it. But yeah, so that's that. Right. That's all my symptoms. Now, question is, what am I going to do over this next month? I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the soup, see if I can get a drink, maybe a soup that I can start having. Or some sort of something. I mean, I won't add that in until after the 3rd of March. So, but I'm going to start looking at recipes, try to get an idea of how I'm going to do that. Because when I get home, I need to have something, or I'll fall right off the wagon, especially with the family, my girls, because they always want to do stuff, and then I'm like going, okay, I'll have coffee. So I don't know. I mean, if I have to add coffee back in, I'll do it slowly and I have to try it, but I don't know if I will. And if I do, it'll be. Just a little bit. But I do, as again, I like it sociably, so we'll see. And then I'm going to start looking at recipes for after the 3rd of March to give me a bit more variety. So food. Um, looking at these. I- as I said with cheese, I'm going to be not having chunks of it, but I might have mozzarella sticks, but put like that pork rind. I don't know if it's called panko, but anyway, pork rind around it and try and eggs and that and try and make it. So I'll see. Get a bit more variety. I've also seen uh, something for a chicken breast with bacon wrapped around it, soaked in butter, and so I might try that as well. But I'm going to get a load of recipes together, and I'll maybe show them on here if I do decide to make them. If not, you'll know I haven't. But yeah, so and I'm just gonna try and prove every time, exercise wise. Um, and oh, I forgot one thing. I do get a lot of spasms. Did I mention that? I think I mentioned that. I did mention that. Anyway, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here and hopefully see you again next month. Well, you will see me next month. So 3rd of March is my next video. It'll be coming out. I'm filming it on the day, like I am today, and I'm releasing it today, like I am today. So I will. See you then. Have fun. And who are me hearties? Don't forget to watch my food journal. See you later, folks. Goodbye.